What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Way Too Late News. Timestamp is going to be listed below, but if you haven't already, watch this video. Roll clip.
Hello, old friend. I've chased you for a long time.
Savathun, the Witch Queen. She infiltrated the Vanguard, weakening us from within. Stealing our most sacred resource. The light.
How do we stop this?
Welcome back, oh honored guest.
It is the mind that must bend to see the truths hidden here.
The game is yours to play now. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Jesus H. Christ. If there's one thing Budgie knows how to do is build hype. This is one of the most hype trailers I've ever seen them make. Let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Hello, old friend. I've chased you for a long time.
Now, I think it's pretty obvious who she's talking to here, that being the Traveler. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat or beat around the bush here. Look at the background. It is given the air that she is pretty high up in the sky, either standing on top of or floating next to or above the Traveler. Now, there have been some field reports saying that this could possibly be talking to Teox, the original hive that they made their pact for. Her and her sisters made her pact for chasing down all those millennia ago. But I highly doubt that at this point, especially looking at where the story is going, that she's, capturing the power of the light. I think it's far too obvious. She's talking to the Traveler. There's no other way about it.
Savathun, the Witch Queen. She infiltrated the Vanguard, weakening us from within. Stealing our most sacred resource. The light.
Now, this next segment here, I'm gonna confess I recorded this whole thing because I love the sound of Ikora's voice. So smooth, cool, sexy. Now, there's obviously a lot to unpack here. As we can see, we're gonna have a little bit of story time and a little bit of Savathun's history with her sisters. As well as we can see the worm gods coming up out of the water. Of course, that's gonna be them and their escape for Fundament. As far as I know with the Lord, that's all that I'm really getting here. That we're gonna have a bit of story time. Now, I do admit when I first saw this, I thought that was Savathun reacquiring her worm, but looking back at it several times over, I can tell this is a flashback, and that's her father's familiar that helped them escape from Fundament. Guiding them to the deep, to the worm gods, and then eventually to the beyond. And goddamn, that is a small piece of land. That's all they had was like a 20-foot island to live off of. There's got to be more to it than just that. I refuse to believe it. I wanted to bring to your attention the music once again. When they mention that they're relieving you of your burden, That's when they show the traveler in the background. It's a lot of things that I think they're really hinting at with the music. And if we pay attention to that, we won't miss it. Zavala, stop punching tables.
How do we stop this?
You could start with anger management, Commander.
Welcome back, oh honored guest.
Now, before I get into this next segment, I want to go back and point out this one thing. Yes, I may have joked about Zavala punching the table, but he's clearly upset over whatever they're discussing when it comes to this dead worm sitting in front of him. I am more than certain it's dead. I'm more than certain they're discussing the idea of possibly using these things as weapons, as we see with one of the new exotic grenade launchers. Worms become ammunition for it. We all know Zavala doesn't like the idea of using anything but the light. So that might be the reason why he's punching the table. He's realizing that he's got to do more of something he doesn't like or agree with in order to get the result that he wants. Now, moving on from that, we see that this is Ikora's ship, which means, of course, Ikora herself is flying to what we right now know is Mars. My mind immediately went to whatever Savathun did after acquiring the light. She went to Mars and took out whatever fleet or whatever ship was engulfing that in darkness and then made it her own and terraformed it even further in her design. So I'm going to touch on that just a little bit more later on. Now, Savathun knows that we've been here before. This is, of course, a planet in our solar system. She makes it her business to know as much as possible so that way she could bend truths and thus bend reality. She's probably going to hit us with the line, "Welcome back. Do you like what I've done with the place?" As far as like remodeling, terraforming, casting illusions, or whatever the case may be. We have to explore this labyrinth of lies to find the truth. I think this part is plain and simple. This is just Bungie telling everybody, buckle the fuck up. Things are about to get a lot creepier than they were before. I like the creepy direction Bungie has been taking. It's not trying to be like a complete, absolute jump scare like FNAF or Friday the 13th or anything like that. But it is taking a darker turn, and that's something that it definitely needs. It needs that to shake up this whole lighthearted, we're the hero and we solve everything. It's got to remind you, just like Gold says, you've simply forgotten what it means to die. This shit will remind you that death is looming.
It is the mind that must bend to see the truths hidden here.
Of all the people I've seen covering this video, and every time I watch and listen to this segment stands out more than anything. People talk about how there's a mechanic in the game or lore in the game where they use I I'm blanking on knowledge right now. I'm so sorry about that, but they use something in order to see the truth behind things. I want you to rewind, go back to this segment and listen to what's being said. Close your eyes, put some headphones on, turn up the volume, listen to the music, the not the music, listen to the lyrics of the music, and then listen to what's being said and listen to the lyrics again. I feel like they could really coincide. Because before at the start, they say, "Oh, I used to see a million people." And then Eris says that it's the mind that needs to bend in order to see the truth. After that, the lyrics continues, says, "Now all I see is skull and bones." There's another segment where the music is going, but I can't really hear what's being said because of the sound effects. And then she apologizes with, "But I'm sorry, my friend, this is the end." And that segment stops right there before it moves on to the next part. To me, this is hinting at how no matter how hard we fight or how hard we try, we're not going to win here. That also not leads me, but supports my idea that, a lot of people are saying Savathun's not going to be in the raid. She's only going to be in the story, and that's it. She might be in the story, but I don't think we kill her. This is the end, and she gets away.
Game is yours to play now. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
The game is yours to play now. Just don't say I didn't warn you. This tells me that after she broke free of her worm and, the grip that the darkness had on her, she, of course, used tools of the light to kind of get back some vengeance. If I had to make a guess on anything, she took down the Dark Dorito, engulfing Mars, and then made Mars into her own image. Everything there is an illusion. We're gonna fight through. We're gonna do all of this at the end of it, only to find that none of it was real. And let me not say none of it. Most of it, like 90% of it, the stuff is probably not real. The only real thing is the Dark Dorito that we go into for the raid. Everything that's in there that we encounter will be real, and we'll actually take that down, and it'll probably help us with our next encounter with the darkness. But as far as Savathun, I'm in the camp that believes that she's gonna find a way out of here, and she escapes all of us, the light, the dark, the nine, everything. And that is all I have on Destiny 2's Witch Queen, coming up February 22nd, 2022. We will be live streaming this right here on YouTube and over on Twitch, also RedDSW. This is all via Restream.io. If you are a part of the Discord, you will be seeing notifications because all three of those things will be linked up. So you can even chat with me live on Discord. Thank you very much for tuning in today and joining us here on this short little journey of the news of the Witch Queen and speculations. This has been Way Too Late News. I'm going to catch y'all later.